Hi there, Scorpio. This is your October romantic love reading. So your birthday time is, I think it started, right? For some of you, it's going to be starting soon. Libra went very quick. And Jupiter is in your house, so there's a lot of stuff moving around and a lot of shifting of energies and that whole whatever you touch turns into gold kind of a feel. Now, I don't know how evident all of that is coming up to the forefront right now. Like, I don't know if you're seeing all of that. So I don't know if this will resonate with the general reading. This could speak to a totally different group of individuals. Those of you who are returning, thank you so much for subscribing, for your comments, for your love and kindness. I truly appreciate it, and it's very, it just makes you feel nice, and it's so kind and loving, so I truly appreciate it. I appreciate you, and yeah, I pretty much go over my style kind of in each of the introductory first videos on this channel, so I won't go into it too much, but I'm just going to go ahead and go into the energy of Scorpio right now, the collective energy. And yeah, if you resonate with this, please like and subscribe. If you'd like a private reading, the information will be listed below. If this does not resonate with you, please check your rising sign, or check where Venus is in your chart, because Venus has a lot to do with love, right? So, simply put. So I'm feeling a bit of a quiet, calm energy with Scorpio. The tides and the waters, everything is starting to calm down. So that's kind of a nice sentiment there. With this new moon, it's a time for new beginnings. And you being a water sign, the moon heavily affects the movements, obviously, of the ocean. So we feel that there is the waves right now for you, Scorpio, are fairly calm. Few jolts of a high wave impact. Let's see here. It's a calm energy. I don't read reversals unless it resonates, or, sorry, use that word way too much, unless it makes sense, if it feels right. Okay. So, the bottom of the deck that we have the Knight of Cups. So you're definitely in a zone, in a calm zone. And I guess that jolt of a wave, it comes from the Ace of Wands energy, and then we have the Eight of Wands going into the Hierophant, which we then lead into the Tower in reverse. bringing us to the Six of Pentacles, then the Nine of Swords, and then the 8, number 8, and the Akarna card, Strength, and the Knight of Swords. So I'm just going to take a moment and go in a little deeper and take a look at these cards here. So, sometimes you can't help with what messages come through. Some of you who are in relationships, you've been, I guess, trying to have children, an attempt. Some of you are trying to get a grasp on the relationship that you're in right now because things happen very fast. You might have turned to, perhaps in this reading, when I see the Hierophant, it's something in alignment with your faith, some sort of a priest or a monk or a nun or a guru or a baba or a rabbi, whichever person you have that's a religious leader, not spiritual, but religious leader. You've gone to that person to get advice. I'm getting some of you went to see a mullah, an Islamic faith. That would be kind of like the priest. And we get the Tower in reverse next to it. So that tells me that there's some, what this tells me in this reading is there's some past trauma or past negativity that's coming up. And perhaps it's making you question your worth in this new relationship if you are in one or entering one. So for some of you, that is leading you to kind of have it. When I see the Six of Pentacles here, I kind of feel more of an imbalance in the self-love that's occurring here. And perhaps if you have a mate, there hasn't been an equal give and take because perhaps you've been going through a bit of a difficult time, somehow remembering when the tower collapsed in your life at some point. Now, it's interesting how we can have the recent past and then go into the present, and somehow in the present we have the past that is causing what I feel the Nine of Swords, the sleepless nights, the stress, the dreams. Some of you may be having dreams where it's reappearing. But the kind thing that shows up here is strength, and you have that. You have that strength. Now, this isn't a general reading. This is about love. This is about romantic love. And for romantic love to be victorious, there are parts of yourself that have to be taken care of and healed. Okay? So, getting back to the lot of you that, some of you through possibly an intimate interaction. When I see the Ace of Wands here, I see maybe pregnancy or just, lust or passion, moment of passion leading to a very rushed relationship, like one of those fast track relationships, like intensity and chemistry, and it's like whoosh. then some sort of religious factors or faith kind of comes in the way, and it reminds you of some past time, and it makes you weigh whether or not this is something you want or not, which leads you into a night of this. I don't like this card. I don't like it at all. I think the word hate even feels more like, I don't hate many things. I don't like that card because this is literally hell. This is hell to have the Nine of Swords. But you have the Eight of Wands up here. So the energy, if we're talking about the energy here, the feeling I get is these calm waters, then all of a sudden it's whoosh, and all of a sudden it's like, whoa, this reminds me of when the tower collapsed. This reminds me of, okay, how do I deal with this now? How do I deal with this person now? Or how do I deal with this relationship? And oh my gosh, I can't sleep now. I can't think, this is all your mind's just going, ah. But coming out of this, you always will come out of the situation. Somehow you're going to come out of it. You come out of it because you are reminded of the strength you have. Perhaps your mate is the one who reminds you of that strength. It could be a Leo that reminds you, if you want to go by the signs here. But I think there's something here where, our words can be sharp and the past can be painful. But if you're gentle and you're able to be gentle to that lion there, see the kindness in her face. Can you see that carefully? That's what came to my eyes first. That and the infinity sign. So if you believe in soulmate or twin flame, like this is kind of a soulmate. This person's someone who's here to shift and change things and to give you a lesson or two. And they're coming full force. They're not playing around. They look like they're very much into you. So that's kind of refreshing, yeah? Let me go ahead and pull some of the Thoth cards to clarify just the overall picture here. Number 8. So number 8 is really sticking out for me. It comes up twice. Well then. So some of you are dealing with some past hurts coming up. Something's reminding you. So maybe you've just plunged into the love boat and you've kind of gone like, ah, what is this? What's happening? But it's blooming, it's growing. We have the Ace of Discs, which comes with the Ace of Wands, which is quite nice because it shows that this is developing into something. This is becoming something. It's flourishing. And getting the Four of Swords is actually a good energy to have thrown in here. Because we have so much wand energy here, and now we have the disc energy. So sometimes the cards can give you answers about some of the obstacles that come up. So I'm interpreting as it's being explained. So yeah, this new relationship or this new beginning or this pregnancy for some of you, this renewal or just turning a new end with your relationship. Perhaps some of you are getting married and it's finally happening. Now, the Truce card, it's the thing with the Thoth cards, it's pretty straightforward and also very detailed and intricate, and there's a lot of things you can pick up from them. So what I feel is that there's kind of been a pattern in your situation. It's kind of, you've been on a loop with this person. But it's getting solid and it's coming together, and marriage looks like it's on the horizon. Or you've gone and spoken to a priest of sorts, and when the Knight of Discs showed up in this here in this setup, that's what makes me feel like this has been something that's been going on, and it just made me reaffirm that this Tower situation was from the past, might have been dealing with a fire sign, but it was definitely something that shook you, woke you up, lit you on fire. It was something that was it was traumatic. It was a difficult thing, but and you were young. So this was a time when you were young, okay? And this was a while ago. So, if it's something very traumatic, definitely connect with, don't feel shy about it, connect with a therapist and see different ways that you can maybe deal with any trauma that might be there, because you don't want to hold yourself back from experiencing the beautiful life that you have before you. So remember to just be okay with whatever treatments you have to do, as long as it's through the kindness and energy of love. Then what you've got to lose? Just speak with the therapist, and so somebody else besides just religious groups. Sometimes you need to have more of an objective view, and someone who's not a friend. But and also there are tools that you can use to get through things like that. And you'd be surprised. It's really just a very easy few days of your life, really, as opposed to years of agony, So it's worth a shot. That's just one recommendation. Another recommendation is journaling and writing, and I always say turn to nature. Always turn to nature and try and be as present as possible. Mindfulness meditations, affirmations. So moving away from this shadow piece that comes up here, we then have the Queen of Swords coming in for the Nine of Swords, and we have the Three of Wands coming in at the Six of Pentacles. So there is virtue in you. There's virtue in the position you're in. This position of being able to choose what you want. You can decide if you don't want to be with this person or if you want to be. It's not a place of saying this person is below you, but what I'm getting from this in this reading is I see that it's very important for you to have equality here. Some of you are really looking for an equal playing field. However, the equality also stems from a part of your ego, I think, that wants to be in charge. And that's okay. That's okay. Stemming from past events, perhaps you want to be able to have, and these take actions on your part to be the person that, in order to be that person that has the upper hand, you have to put the actions forward to show that you are virtuous enough to be that way, to be of that position. Okay? Basically, if you're going to talk about it, act about it. Yeah? And know that in this situation, you can choose. You know, and yeah. Then we go into the Nine of Swords. And then the Queen of Swords comes in, and I feel like this is the duality of how you can handle this anxiety or this insomnia or this nighttime madness. So we have the Queen of Swords, and of course this is like somebody who's just not taking any bullshit. This is not about, she can unveil the liars and the cheaters, and you got to trust that you're not in this position from before. Okay, this is over. I know it's hard, but that's over. And you are now the Queen of Swords. So when the Nine of Swords comes, you know how to work with this. You can handle this. You got this. And when you remember to be kind to yourself, you empower yourself even more. You grow more strength when you can come into your own self. And I feel that perhaps this new person in your life for some of you has been a benefit to re-examining and opening up those doors for you again. Whether or not it goes anywhere, this affair or this interaction, it's reawoken something that was hurt, but it's just reminded you that it's no longer a wound, it's a scar, that you've moved on and that you have the ability to choose what you want. And there's something very virtuous in using your actions and using your words and connecting with the divine to say what you want and then to assert what you want with whoever it is that you're trying to have a romantic relationship with, a partnership, a marriage with. And those nights of the Nine of Swords, always remember, try and go back to knowing that I'm also the Queen of Swords or the King of Swords, however you want to look at it. But there's a certain energy from the feminine that happens where she's very aware, she's very particular, she's articulate, she's not to say that men aren't, I'm just saying that there's certain aspects of the feminine and of her strength that are coming through, and all men have some of the feminine in them, and women have some of the masculine in them. So we have the animus. So yeah, look it up. It's quite fascinating, interesting. And in your own culture, if you come from a different culture, you'll realize, oh, this is kind of a certain type of idea that's in my culture too. It's just written in a Western way. So looking up animus, the energies, Carl Jung had these different ways of explaining the qualities and the energies, the characteristics that men and women carry within themselves that extract from the feminine and the masculine. So in this sense, being multitasking and on top of it, on point, being able to unmask and reveal anyone who is not truthful to you. You have that ability, you have that capability, you are able to reveal and be, that air sign energy. Okay. So if you think, I'm a Libra, so I do connect with the Queen of Swords in a great way, because I grew into that. I grew into the Queen of Swords. And it's not to say that I don't have a compassionate side. She is compassionate, but she's also not here to deal with bullshit. She's not going to waste her time on the little things that come around, because she's just above it. She's too high above it. And it's not worth her time. You've learned that your energy is better used elsewhere. And the strength that you gain, that you have, when you're calm and kind to yourself, your strength will be released, and it'll engulf you and take over, and you'll see it. Kindness leads you to revealing your strength, not berating or putting yourself down or torturing yourself based on someone else's belief or feelings about you. So those of you that are feeling this sense of insecurity, or this sense of ambivalence, or this sense of, I don't want the same heartbreak to happen again, I don't want another divorce, or I'm about to marry this person, I don't want the same shit happening, sorry, but same stuff happening. And I think this is, it's interesting how when we had the harvest moon, we had a great deal of things being shifted out. And that's essentially what the harvest moon means. It means that, it's the clearing away of things and the coming in of the harvest. You're reaping rewards, and they're coming in. And now with the new moon, it's about new beginnings. You've released this stuff, and now you're starting, and you're going to say, this is what I want, this is the new chapter, this is new. And taking the strength to move forward, to get past this, let's just cover that up, all right? Let's just do that, because you've already got this. You got the Queen of Swords energy, okay? And with the Strength card, you have this quality of grace and kindness that you can give to yourself, to that inner beast that's like that person that kind of comes after you and bugs you and, makes you question things that you don't need to. It's pretty simple. It's basic. Now, in the Thoth deck, there is also, one of the trumps card is the Aeon. And this card's always been, it's mysterious in many ways. It has so many images inside it. If you could stare at for hours, and there are just so many images within images within images. So what this tells me is perhaps this is a lifetime soulmate partner that has come into your life, or that you're with already. Or it's someone who you've had karmic ties with over and over again, and you're coming to a close with that, or you're opening up to resolving it. So romantically, this person can be just a karmic partner for this time being for some of you. This may not be it, but this could be for right now. There's an innocence that you have, but there is an inner wisdom that you can also garner here. So the next card we got with the Knight of Swords is Lust, which is one of the trumps card in the Thoth deck. And it could be another water sign. We have the Knight of Cups here. Could be an air sign. Someone of a youthful energy might be what you might look at it as. I'm seeing that this person is a no holds barred, take charge, knows what he wants, knows what she wants type of gal or pal. All right, so it ends with a bang. It ends with this mystical kind of interaction or interlude, or it's something that between you and the significant other. If you're single, what this means is perhaps that getting through these sleepless nights by acknowledging the strength you have within yourself and being kind to yourself in that process, going within and going past the hurt from when you were in your youth and going deep within and seeing that you have the strength to continue forward. You can receive this Knight of Swords who is coming no matter what you do. This fool's out for you. He's coming for you. Like, this energy is there. He is going to tell you, he's going to let you know, she's going to let you know, like, this is it. This is what I want. And you have lust. So, congratulations. But it's passionate. It's something that you connect with this person on a lot of levels, and that's kind of a nice thing when you have somebody who knows what they want. And if they don't, there's an energy in the universe that knows what's best for you, and lust is in the cards. So from this moon to the next change of moon, this is the next moon cycle. So I think, Scorpio, I want to pick a couple of cards from my Wisdom of the Oracle deck. And then I'll pick an animal card. It is coming along with your birthday month. So, I know it was Libra's birthday month too, but I'll see if I do a little extra, how many readings I get through this week, and if I can put some more on here. I'm thinking out loud, so my apologies if you don't want to hear about this, but this one too. So I'm not going to go into the book or anything. I've worked with these cards before, and I have somewhat of an idea here. But looking at the cards here, all that glitters, yeah, there is quite a bit of illumination, and I think some of you are maybe getting married. A change in the wind. So there is a change. There is a shift. Maybe you're moving in together with someone. Something is happening at a rush speed, and it's making you remember past things. But you needn't worry because the soulmates card. You got the penguins. You got the penguins in love. So some of you, this is quite special. So let go. Let it receive. Receive, Scorpio, just receive, yeah? And be in the here and now. Be in the here and now. The past is gone, it's not coming back. So be in the here and now, okay? I want to read let me check out one thing. Should I check it out? I don't know. Maybe not. I think it'll go too long then. I think we already have gone for a bit of time here already, no? I'll just pick the animal card like I mentioned. So these are by Hay House, Messages from Your Animal Spirit Guides, Oracle Cards. This is by Stephen D. Farmer. So some of you are definitely moving into a place of, you're celebrating this union in a way. Oy. And with the Akarna cards that you got, that's why there's some shifts for sure. The cat. All right. So, domestic. It's time to strike out on your own and relinquish your over-dependency on others. Ooh. So maybe over-dependency in these silly thoughts. And it's time to own the Queen of Swords that's there. So let's read more into that, shall we? Because I want to know a little bit more why. Why did we get the domestic cat? It's so easy to slip into a comfortable dependency with anything or anyone, from simple dependencies that can be healthy and restorative, such as daily exercise, to destructive and hardcore dependencies, such as an addiction. You may find yourself totally hooked on another person, that you lose yourself always turning to that individual to either make decisions for you or to validate your own. Perhaps there's someone that you're giving the Hierophant type of respect to, and perhaps it's time to turn to yourself and go to the wisdom that you might have within. Meditation is great for that. So in these dependencies, in these old frames of thinking, it's time to move from that consciousness into a new one. So this can apply to organizations and institutions that you turn to. Always turning to that individual to either make decisions for you. So some of you, I'm not speaking against anyone's faith or religion, but perhaps some of you are dealing with this being an issue, because it is coming up again in this. It's been mirroring in the rest of the cards. So speaking to some of you maybe, or maybe one of you. Now, those dependencies on societal rules and all of that, okay, so those dependencies that you're most familiar with are most likely born out of habit rather than conscious choice. To make truly autonomous decisions, don't get caught up in the polarities of being dependent or independent. Instead, make those choices from a place where you maintain your own authority and power, and accept 100% responsibility for those choices and their consequences. Now is the time to review the people and things upon which you're excessively and habitually dependent. Step back from them, identify the areas where you need to make some adjustments, and act accordingly. Practice setting boundaries, asking for what you want, and making decisions based on your own internal authority and autonomy. So the associations here with the domestic cat: independence, autonomy, curiosity, courage, unpredictability, perceptiveness, cleverness, resourcefulness, intuition, passion, sensuality, playfulness, adventurousness, stealth, charisma, and gracefulness. So, well, this has been your romantic love reading. If you want to go deeper in, and if this has resonated with you, please connect with me and we'll go ahead and set up a reading with you. And if this did not resonate with you, please check with your rising sign or ascending. And also, please like and subscribe. And I was going to say one more thing, because as I was looking at this, there was something that caught my eye. And whoever's entering your life, those of you who have been through some hardship, keep that cat energy there for some of you. But then there's some of you, you're so exhausted and tired. It's okay to rest your head on this person's shoulder. I think it is. Check within. I don't know, felt the need to say that. All right, anyway, Scorpio, I wish you the very best for the rest of this month. And I look forward to doing your general reading. And be good to you, be kind to you, so you can be kind to others. Take care now. Bye.